How do you get started recording your own music as a rapper or an artist? Today I'm going to answer this very important question. Let's go. Hi, my name is Terry, and welcome to the Artist Against the World channel, where we help you overcome overwhelming odds in order to help make your dreams come true as rappers and artists. Today, I'm going to answer how to get started on recording your own music as a rapper. After this video, please click the link below to get 5 free beats. I always give free beats to rappers and artists. Go get yours. So now, here's 5 things you will need to know or get introduced to in order to get on your way to recording your own music as a rapper. First, you need to understand about DAWs, digital audio workstations, so FL Studio, Ableton, Logic, and so on and so forth. Second, we'll talk about free beats online. Third, we'll talk about reference tracks and how important they are and how you make them. Fourth, we'll talk about writing lyrics and songwriting. And 5, we'll talk about the actual recording process itself, okay? So to start first with the DAWs, really it doesn't matter which one you pick. I prefer FL Studio because that's what I started with, but a lot of people use Logic, some use Ableton, some use Cubase. Really find something that you like the functionality of it, something that looks and seem a little bit intuitive to you, and pick it, stick with it, mess around with it, learn what each button does. Look at different tutorials online on how to record your voice on it, right? And just play around with one thing. I'd recommend focusing on one DAW. Don't spread your attention across a lot of things. If you focus on one of them, whether it's FL Studio or Logic, in a few months, 1 or 2 months, you'll start getting comfortable with it. Now, this is very important because these DAWs will be where you'll do a lot of your recording and putting your songs together before you get them professionally done, okay? So moving on, let's talk about free beats online. So I recommend this approach because it helps you figure out the sound that you want to go for, okay? So you might start with Future type beats or Travis Scott type beats or whoever. Find a style or sound that you like to vibe to and freestyle to them, experiment with them, right? Try writing some bars to the beats, try performing to the beats, perform in front of some friends. Really, the point of this is to find a sound that will help you craft your own idea as to what sound you will have as your own artist, okay? So now this brings us into creating a reference. Now when I say create a reference, I'm not talking about just a reference track you get from somebody else. I mean creating a reference before you write actual lyrics. Let's say you download a beat and you put it on FL Studio or on Logic. Just record to that beat, freestyle, mumble a flow, try to catch a vibe with the beat, and do a lot of these freestyles where you put different words together. The point isn't to try to make sense in this place, it's to try to find rhyme patterns and different flows that match the vibe of the beat. And basically, if you record different takes of these freestyles, maybe in the first freestyle there's one part, there's one melody that you did that you liked and you think it's the strongest idea, it's catchy, and you want that to be the hook. Maybe in another track you freestyled some 8 bars that you think could be the verse. The point is, we're gonna cut the different freestyles together to create a template of the type of flow you want the song to have for the verse, you want the song to have for the hook. It's important to do this before writing because you need to make your music make sense. You need to make your music make sense to people's ears. So freestyling like this first will help you intuitively just create a flow that matches the vibe of the beat, right? And now this brings us to our fourth step, which is actually writing lyrics. So now we're going to write after we have this reference that we've created. Now we're going to put in words where we were mumbling in that reference. We're going to put in words to try to make it make sense. Okay? This is much better. It guarantees you write hit records. Because if you write the other way around, you write bars and then you try to find a beat to fit on it, it's not going to come out as a great song. But if your flows were made on that song and you find the words to fit the flows, you're going to create something that's more cohesive, that's more organic, that's more likely to become a hit record, okay? So when you're writing the song, start with the hook. Start with the hook. Figure out what the hook is talking about. If it's talking about love, if it's talking about a particular situation, like what are the lines of the hook? When you start with the hook, this will tell you the idea of the song. So if your hook tells you the song is about turning up at the club, or if it's about people switching up on you, then that gives you the main idea. When you go back to write the verses, now you know what the song is about, and you can write verses that expand on this idea where the hook is just going to say something catchy about the idea. All right? So once you write the verses, connect them with the hook. All right? So now once you have that, you'll have written a song that has catchy flows, that has great lyrics, that has the best of everything. So I would recommend recording a second reference now, where the first reference you recorded was just for the flow, just for the rhyme patterns, the melodies, right? But you were mumbling or not being coherent in that first reference. The second reference now, you're gonna rap or sing the lyrics, okay, in the melodies and flows that the first reference had. But now it's going to make sense because you sat down and you wrote it, okay? So record your lyrics on that second reference. So now when it comes to the recording stage, okay, you really have a few options. You can buy a mic yourself, which is a very efficient option, because when you buy a mic and you record in your own DAW, you can just bounce these files to an audio engineer that you can find anywhere online for pretty cheap, and they'll mix your song for you. They'll mix the vocals for you. If you don't have the money to buy a mic, find a friend who has a mic. In the absolute worst case scenario, I just say record on your phone, but it's really important to have a good mic. It's really important to have a good mic, because the better quality vocals you record, the easier it is to make your song sound radio quality, because the voice is very important. The voice is what's going to make the song sound professional or amateur. So if you have great lyrics, great performance, and great quality recording, then that will make your song go to the next level. And it'll make the job a lot easier for the mix engineer, okay? So, all right. So, to recap, when starting to record your own music as a rapper, remember these 5 things. Remember to get a DAW, whether it's FL Studio, Cubase, Logic, whatever. Find free beats online so you can find the style and the pockets that you like. Create a reference before you write the song. Freestyle to the beat and create a reference of the melodies that you'd like to take the song to and the flows that you like to use. Write the lyrics and, put in the words in that first reference. Make it make sense now, right? And then 5, when you record, either you buy a mic or you find someone who has a good quality mic. But just remember, you need a good mic. A good mic will save you 90% of headaches, 90% of the quality of the song comes from the vocals, and 90% of the quality of the vocals come from the quality of the recording itself. So if you could get a good mic, that would be a great investment. All right. Now, thank you for watching this video. Click on the link below to get 5 free beats again, and comment below what you'd like me to talk about next in the next video. All right. So like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys on the next video.